Surprise of a lifetime for Chance and Amanda, and the return of Jill's chaos. The young and the restless plot that will make you cry and angry. If you're a Skyle fan, Amanda is standing outside, ready to use her key, when Nate comes out of the hall, greets her and inquires about her mother and sister, Amani. Amanda reports that Naya is still in the hospital with her sister by her side. She requests a minute alone with Nate, and he graciously welcomes her into his home. Chance calls Abby from society to explain why he didn't come home last night. He's trying to figure out what went wrong between them, but has a lot on his mind right now and isn't sure what to do next. After Esther hangs up, she checks in to make sure everything is fine. As she sees Devin, Lily wants her to have him come to her office. Esther returns to the front desk to check in with the staff. Upon the arrival of the elevator, Jill steps out. Esther, introducing herself as the new receptionist, says, "What can I do for you, Ms. Co-owner?" Victoria joins Billy at society and shares the news that Johnny's talk with Connor during the sleepover seems to have altered things. Billy speculates that they may have come to the conclusion that they are the only two individuals in the world who can fully grasp how they feel. Billy and Victoria are both frustrated that their son isn't opening up to them, but their son has assured them that the entire Chelsea thing is fine now. Billy inquires as to how she is taking the news. Victoria maintains that it was the best course of action to let Johnny choose how he wanted to communicate with her after hearing Chelsea say that. Chelsea was taken aback by Billy's harsh attitude despite his agreement. Victoria feels Chelsea went too far when she addressed their kid, and she apologizes for this but will protect him. "You're right." Billy agrees. Victoria speculates that he anticipates her feeling guilty about Chelsea. Billy wonders if he has any feelings of guilt, or if he just believes there might have been a better way to deal with the situation. Chelsea is greeted by Dr. Malone upon her arrival at the clinic and asked if she is prepared for her first session of therapy. Chelsea is curious as to where they go from here. Malone wants Chelsea to tell it like it is, and he expects nothing less. The physician probes for the source of her distress. Now that she has nothing to lose, Chelsea admits that she is ashamed and uncomfortable with her appearance. Malone has an amiable disposition and is eager to make new friends. She admits that she was nervous at first when she began working with people who had attempted suicide, but that she has since learned that confronting the subject head-on is more helpful than avoiding it. Chelsea weeps as she recounts her miraculous escape and her reluctance to explain why she ended up on the roof. For the first time since her stroke, she feels trapped within herself. No matter how fast she tries to flee, the pain and darkness seem to be able to keep up. "I couldn't keep running the other night," he said. "She's been up all night and just can't get comfortable. I just couldn't handle the discomfort any longer." Amanda visits Nate at his home and confronts him about his plot to harm Lily, Devin, and the business. Nate claims he can't listen to another lesson and must leave. She must move on to other matters. She is mystified as to whether or not he gave any thought to the potential legal ramifications of his conversation with Victoria. Nate reminds Victoria that he never mentioned they spoke and that nothing came of it. When he tells Amanda he doesn't realize how badly he affected Devin, she asks whether he realizes it. Does he hope to mend fences with him? Jill hopes to see Billy at Chancellor Winters. According to Esther, he's not around. After that, Jill will meet Lily and Devin. Esther says only Lily is home and explains why. Jill storms into the office and demands to know why the company's top executives are absent for the day. She expected everyone to be contributing fully at the moment. Everything, Lily reassures her, is in good hands. "By you and you alone," Jill snaps angrily. Esther chimes in to say that, now that they have a baby, Devin often has to do work from home. A call from Jill has her checking the phones now. When Lily doesn't answer, she finally says, "Where's Billy?" And yet, as the sole remaining CUO, he isn't returning her calls, despite the fact that he must be present around the clock. She should consult her son, says Lily. Jill wants Lily to run her company as CEO. The news that Billy has quit is delivered by Lily. Jill explodes with anger as she criticizes his timing. Lily understands the frustration, but she also knows that this is exactly what Billy needs. As a colleague put it, he doesn't seem to care about his job. Lily tries to persuade Jill that Billy isn't as flaky as he seems, but Jill is fuming that even if that's true, they're still down 2 coups. While he wasn't entirely convinced, she insisted that he go nonetheless. Jill feels disgraced by her son. She hoped that by joining the firm, he would find meaning in his life. As in, what is he going to do with himself now? After arriving at the facility, Billy consults Dr. Malone for assistance. It's important, she tells him, that he not be a judge-free source of encouragement. Just the fact that she's alive is a huge relief to him. Malone recommends that he tell her she shouldn't try to cover up what happened. She will find the hope she needs in the knowledge that people care about her. When Billy comes to join Chelsea, she informs him he isn't need to stop by. If she throws him out, he'll just wait on the other side of the door. Chelsea cracks a happy grin. She feels terrible that he was dragged into her drama. Billy is relieved when he located her on the rooftop. If he hadn't, he never could have forgiven himself. Chelsea would rather he not have any regrets. Billy is just relieved that she is still alive and well. Many people adore her, but Connor is at the top of the list. The mother wants to know how her son is doing. To Billy's observation, he looked fine when he saw him today. She knows he's worried about her and doesn't want to upset her small kid. He goes to Nate's house full of rage after realizing that Amanda has already decided his fate, despite hearing only Devon's side of Amanda is heartbroken since their feud has gotten worse between him and Devon while she was away. Can I do anything to bring the two of you closer together? The babysitter at Society informed Chance that Abby took Dom to meet Devon. In a rage, Devon throws Abby against the wall at his apartment and kisses her passionately. As their passionate exchange proceeds, they find themselves on the stairs before finally settling down on the couch. Abby leans back in rapture as Devon tries to penetrate her. When he and Amanda meet at Nate's place down the hall, he admits to her that he messed up, but that his misstep was the result of Devon stifling his creativity for a long time. After a while of struggling, he came up with what he believed was a brilliant plan to ensure everyone's success. This is something that Amanda doubts. Nate says again that he is aware of his error. He has made an effort to break the deadlock that has developed between him and Devon. He thinks that Devon's hostility against him stems, at least in part, from the fact that the latter still harbors positive feelings of his time spent working with his father. She won't be able to keep him disputing with him as he sits there. Nate wants to believe that he can make things better, but he isn't optimistic. Lily reassures Jill, who is also worried about what Billy may do, that she is not the only one at Chancellor who feels this way. He stopped recording podcasts so he wouldn't disappoint her or Jill. As Jill puts it, he would be there right now if letting her down was factored into his calculations. When she realizes this is his usual behavior, she becomes enraged. Jill hoped her son's restless phase was over because she wants him to be happy. No longer can you use that as an excuse. She tells Lily, "Honey, you deserve more." She admits it's hard to say as Billy's mother. Lily appreciates that she is concerned about her, and she is aware that Billy is not perfect, but she simply does not have the time or energy to work on Billy's shortcomings. Jill considers whether or not she wants to hang out till Billy locates what he needs. Lily cares deeply about Billy and wishes for his happiness. She appreciates Jill's faith in her ability to lead the company and thinks everything will work out okay. Abby and Devon had just finished having sex at Devon's apartment, and they are both exhausted. The question on his mind is whether or not she is doing fine. She feels this way, and she wants to cling to it for as long as she can, being acknowledged and looked after. Outside, Amanda assures Nate that she can put aside her thoughts about what he done to help. Nate doesn't understand why she wants them to apologize to each other. Amanda knows her partner is suffering more than he gives him credit for. Believe me, Nate. I understand the difficulties of familial relationships, but also their immeasurable value. Nate feels it's silly to force things until Devon is ready, but that Devon is lucky to have her on his side nonetheless. Chance walks in as Nate exits in the elevator. When Amanda asks why he's hunting for Abby, he explains. "Come on," he says to Amanda with a grin, "we'll surprise them." In a final attempt to get Victoria to withdraw her offer, Nate of Newman Enterprises says she has 24 hours left. Even though she is excited to have him come on, she can tell something is off with him. It's nice to have a manager that actually cares what employees think, Nate thinks. When Chance and Amanda visit Devon, they are shocked to find Abby and him naked on the couch of his penthouse, covered only by a blanket. Abby and Devon, startled, sit up and gape at them. The story.